Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to do a guide on the best team for the Wind faction. Now I already done one for the Fire faction. If you haven't seen it yet, please do check it out on my channel. But that one was relatively easy because there's only about 3 or 4 viable fire characters, so it's really easy to actually build a team. You just need to put them in, etc. Now wind characters are a bit more complicated because there are actually a lot of synergy going on. So rather than going straight into team, what I will actually do is talk about kind of all of the character as a whole in the wind faction. So you kind of know what are their main strengths and weakness, so that when you actually then go on to make a team, you kind of realize what are the potential alternative or the variations of a team that you can make. Alright, so now let's go straight to the characters. So I am going to group all of the wind characters into 3 different groups. This is because if you actually read a lot of the skill description for wind character, you realize a lot of the time they actually have the mention of an effect called armor break, which decrease defense by 3% for 15 seconds and can be stacked, etc. And that's kind of a big part of how some of the wind character mechanics actually work. So therefore, this is how I'm actually going to group of the characters together. So you have the first group, who are characters who are able to stack those of armor breaks. Then you have the second group, who are characters that are going to benefit from lots of stacks of armor break. And then you have the third category, who are kind of characters, first of all, who have nothing to do with armor break. And it just so happens they're also the bulky and the tanks of Wind faction. So they are really the ones who are going to hold your front line and try to protect off your damage dealers at the back, etc. So this is how I'm going to group of the Wind characters. So now let's start off with the first group. So those are characters who are able to stack armor breaks. So you have Guile, who is able to stack armor break with his combo starter and combo 1. Then we have Guy, who's able to stack armor break with his combo 1. Then moving on, we have Yun, who's able to do that with combo 1. And also his combo starter, so the super, and also his combo 2. And also similarly Yan, who's able to do that with his combo starter and also his combo 2. So those are the main ones you want to use to stack your combos with. There's also a bit of an outlier who's Cammy, who's also able to stack armor break with her combo super and also combo 1. But at the same time, she also falls into the second group because she also have a combo 3, which have additional damage based on the level of stacks of armor break. So she can be used in both ways. So you can use her to stack up armor break, but you also a lot of time want to actually finish off with her combo 3 in order to do that extra bit of damage to try to really get a one hit on your opponent. Very similar to her, in the second group, you also have Chun-Li, who also have a combo 3, which is a single target attack, and that deals additional damage for each stack of armor break. So those are very important. So you already kind of, I guess, have a base strategy in your head, right? You kind of stack up your armor breaks with your other characters, with their combo start, combo 1, combo 2, and you try to finish off with Cammy or Chun-Li for their combo 3 with all of that additional damage. Okay, now we quickly go to the third group. So those are characters who are pretty much the tanks, and they have nothing to do with armor break. We're gonna start with T-Hawk. Normally, I don't actually play T-Hawk much. He's good, but only in situations where the enemy actually is gonna place debuffs on you because he helps to dispel debuff on your team, and also he actually gets stronger when he dispel a debuff, etc. He also resists debuff, giving you that extra resistance. So he's only good in those situations, but vast majority of the time you probably want a proper tank because this guy is just way too situational. If the enemy doesn't apply any debuff, then he's kind of just really useless. So I don't recommend T-Hawk most of the time. Then we have let me talk about Abel first. Abel is really interesting. He is, in my own opinion, I think he's one of the best characters in the game for his versatility. And the main reason is that he have his combo starter, which is able to put a shield on just himself, and also his combo 1, which can put a shield on all of your teammates. So depending on whether the enemy's attacks are single target or AoE, you can then tweak your combo chain accordingly to always get the to essentially put up a show to always protect you where you actually need it. And this is very flexible, his versatility. That basically means he can be pretty much placed in any team. And that also goes really well with this kind of armor breaking strategy. Because I already showed you, like for example, Gao, his combo is combo starter and combo one, which helps you to stack armor break, whereas Yun and Yang is super and combo 2, and then you have Cammy, who is super and combo 2. So you can see that regardless of whether I use kind of Apple's super starter or combo starter or combo 1, I'm always able to somehow pair him up with another character who's able to stack armor, the armor breaking effects, etc. So his versatility is actually really good here on how he can put up shield regardless of which part of the combo chain he's using. So that's very good. And last but not least, Beast Sangria is once again also one of the best characters in the game. Um, the main thing to know is his combo 2, which is actually really useful. It's possibly the best combo 2 in my opinion in the game right now because he is able to hit everyone and also stun them. Stunning is huge in this game because you can potentially cancel out the opponent's combo, etc. So stunning is amazing. The fact you're able to stun all of the enemies, that's great. But also, very important, he has a bit of a hidden game mechanic where his combo 2 actually draws everyone into the same area before attacking them. And this is super important. I'll probably go into more detail later, but this is really important for any kind of area attack. So let me take an example for Gao's combo 3, which basically, if you read the description, basically it says it strikes multiple target within range 3 times. So this already shows you it's not attacking all of the enemies, it's only attacking enemy within range or within an area. What is that range? What is that area? You have absolutely no idea. And in this game, there are actually a lot of effects or attacks that can kind of knock enemies back or knock them up, etc. So the definition of an area or a range is actually really ambiguous. So you may think this is AoE attacking everyone, but if you actually use it in battle, it turns out you're not actually hitting everyone, you're only hitting one person or something. And what Beast Zanker's combo 2 is able to do is actually draw everyone together into the same area before he actually uses it. And similarly, because you did follow up with a combo 3 from Gao, let's say, everyone's already drawn together in the same area. So therefore, your combo 3 from Gao, the AoE, is actually going to hit everyone certain rather than just give it a chance. So that's actually really good. So I strongly recommend you use Beast Sangler's combo 2 immediately before any kind of like area attacks, etc. You will see your attacks will be much more effective that way. So that's kind of the reason behind Beast Sangler. Now that we've done all of the characters, let's move on to the Wind team itself. Now, as I mentioned, a lot of the characters are actually quite similar to each other in terms of what they're trying to do. So this team can actually have a lot of variations, and you can really just replace any of the character on this team with another one who would perform similar kind of roles. Now, but just to give an example of what I think is a fairly optimal team, for the Wind faction would be you always have Abel up front. This is for his versatility of how he's able to put up either a show for just himself or for the whole team, depending on his combo starter or combo 1. And in order for that potential to use combo starter, he needs to be in the starting lineup. So that's why he's there. You also want Trini to be on the team. You can potentially replace her with Cammy if you want. But the main thing here is that you want someone to deal huge amount of damage for the combo 3 after all the stacking of armor breaking, and also someone fast to really to be able to take the advantage of the first hit buff. So that's why you want Trini also in the starting lineup in order to use that. And then you have Gao. Gao you can probably replace with quite a few other alternatives. The main role he will be playing here is for armor stacking. But you ideally want someone who is able to do either combo starter and also combo 1. So this way you can rotate with Abel. So if Abel is using combo starter, then you use Gao's combo one. If you want you're able to use combo one, then you will start off with Gao's combo starter. So you really just need someone who's able to have both combo one and combo starter. But the reason why I picked Gao over the other wind characters is because he is also able to do AoE damage for his combo 3. So this way, if you actually decide, no, I don't actually want to use Trini's single target combo 3 because let's say the enemy has a bison up front and you actually need to hit the enemy's back row, then you actually need to go for AoE damage. And this is why you bring Gao. And before you use Gao's combo 3, as I mentioned, you always want to use Beat combo 2 to draw everyone together to make sure that uh, combo 3 area attack is actually hitting off the enemy at once. So this basically shows the potential combo you can have will be something like this. Let's say you start off with Apple's combo starter to put up a shield just for himself, and then you use Gao's combo 1 to stack the armor break, and then finally use Speed Zangler's combo 2 to kind of interrupt, to stun, and then finally finish off with Trini's combo 3 to that for that massive AoE. Sorry, no, not AoE, massive single target attack. So that's one potential combo chain you can do. Another combo chain would be, let's say the enemy is actually attacking your back row and you need to protect your back row. So this way you actually need to use Abel's combo 1. So in this scenario, you would then start off with Gao's combo starter, then move on to Abel's combo 1 to put up a shield for everyone, beat Zangief to draw everyone in, interrupt them, stun, and then Gao potentially for his combo 3, to do AoE damage, where you can change it to Chinese combo 3 to do single target damage. That's also fine as well. It's really up to kind of the enemy composition for you to decide which tactic to go. But yeah, so this is kind of some of the ways that you can do combo chains, and as you can see, by bringing both Gao and also Abu, it kind of gives you a lot of flexibility between whether you want to both protect or protect against AoE or protect against single target attacks, and also whether you want to do AoE or do single target attack. So this is normally going to be very, very good, especially in PvP when you actually don't know what the enemy's lineup is going to be till you actually get into the battle. And so this is actually really good in that scenario because then you can actually change your combo sequence in the middle of the battle. So that's why it's very good. And as I mentioned, this is just one example. You can easily swap this out with other variation. For example, if I actually want to buff up my Trini's combo 3 even further, I can potentially get rid of Gao for Guy in order to do extra damage on my combo 3. So in that scenario, you would link up with Guy's combo 2 and then moving on to Trini's combo 3. And also I mentioned Trini can easily be replaceable with Kami, etc. There are a lot of different variations depending on exactly what you need to do. And before I finish off, I'm also going to give another example of a wind team. Now this one is a bit more series crafted because I'm not able to test it out. In order to actually test out this team, you actually need all of your characters to be like at least level 200 to unlock all of the different levels of the skill effect. So I'm not actually able to test it. So this is very much series crafting, but I do think it can be potentially very fun to play and super strong. And that team is gonna be something like your where is the other guy? So this is Rin, Yang, Guy, and Kemi. So the reason why I think this could potentially be a really deadly team is because first of all they're all assassins, so they're gonna hit super fast. So combo gauge is gonna be really fastly charged up. But then the other thing is Rin and Yang have really good synergy with each other, and on top of that, they also get stronger when you do passive triggers and also do crit. And Guy and Kemi both have passive triggers, and they both have increased crit rate from one of their skills. I think for Guy, it's actually coming from his passive, and for Kami, I think it's his combo starter. Sorry, her combo starter. So they are gonna buff up Yun and Yang even further, and on top of that, Kami is crazy. Like Yun, Yang, and Guy are all able to stack armor breaking with their combo starter combo 1 and combo 2, and then you can finish off with Kami's combo 3 to do massive amount of damage, and then Kami's passive trigger is potentially allow her to follow up with another one, so that almost guarantees you to be able to one hit KO. And then Guy also have a really nice passive where if someone's defeated, he's able to then launch an attack. So this is a great synergy between like kind of all of the characters here. And because they're all wind assassin, it's gonna be super fast, you'll be hitting combos so much quicker than your opponent. So that even if there isn't a tank, I do believe there's a good chance you may be able to cripple the enemy significantly down to maybe only two characters before they even have a chance to release their combo. And because if they only have two characters, their combo chain are not going to be too long. So it can work potentially defensively as well. But like I said, I'm not actually able to test this. I want to test this in draft mode, but it's actually really hard to get all four of this characters together, so I'm still not able to test it. But yeah, just a serial crafted team, which I think could do well. So if you do have the chance to actually try this out, do let me know what you think and whether you think this could be a viable wind team as well. Alright, so this is going to be my guide on the wind team faction. There's a lot of different variation teams, so a lot of time you can freely mix and match depending on the enemy opposition. Alright, that's it for the video today. Thank you for watching and hopefully see you next time.